Yes, good evening, everyone. So we are super excited for today's Employer Spotlight, Hotwire Communications. The Hotwire Communications team is here to talk about their company, their culture, and their career paths. To introduce tonight's session is Michelle Knight, Senior Director of Talent and Learning. Michelle, good evening.
Good evening, Sherla, and everyone on the call. I'm very excited to be here and to be able to present this information for you. I am the Senior Director of Talent and Learning, as Sherla said, and I've been working at Hotwire for about 2 years now. We're coming up on a 2-year anniversary in a couple weeks, and I got to tell you, it's been a really, really great journey. I've enjoyed my time here, and I can't wait to tell you about our company because I feel like it's such a fabulous place to work. So to give you a little bit of background on who we are and what we do, we're a telecommunications company founded in 2002, and we're dedicated to independent fiber optic service for all of our customers. So that you've probably heard fiber recently coming up in some of your home internet and providing service there. And we provide, wait for it, 10 gigabit speeds with no data caps. I don't know if you know how fast that is, but that is super fast. You can stream anything you want and have it go pretty flawlessly. So it's amazing the speed that we've been able to generate. And it means you and all of your family members can all be streaming at the same time without it interrupting with anybody. I think that's the biggest piece, right? We all want to watch our own shows these days. We're also the largest privately held provider of communication services to the community living environments. So, and we're the 11th largest company nationally as well. And we are privately held by, the owners are Kristen Johnson and Michael Karp. And we've also been recently invested in by Blackstone. So here's a few highlights about what's happened in the last 20 years, okay? We won't go over everything, but I want to cover a couple of things. As I mentioned earlier, we were founded in 2002. And we provide cable TV, internet, and phone service to multifamily apartment communities. Then let's skim 10 years later, we purchased our biggest competitor, Connexion Technologies, and we doubled the size of our company basically overnight. Then in 2013, the next year, we invested in a state-of-the-art Microsoft Media Room middleware. This was a new platform at the time that provides best-in-class TV service in the US. And we've recently upgraded that to a product called Vision TV Plus. So we've launched even more. We keep evolving and we keep innovating. Skip 3 years later, and we relocated our corporate office to the Fort Lauderdale area. We were originally in Pennsylvania, but we were relocated down here and created 375 new jobs and invested more than $27 million into the local community. Now, I want to give you a little bit of perspective here. That was a huge jump, a huge leap in our employment. But since I started 2 years ago, I can tell you we had 1,100 employees then, and today we have over 1,700 employees now. So we've grown 600 employees just in the last 2 years. That's how exciting things are here. In 2017, we were ranked the fastest ISP in the world by Netflix, and awarded the fastest gaming ISP for quality and speed in PC Mag. And just to give you some perspective, that was like the first year we were awarded all of that. We have consistently been getting these awards again and again and again and again. And we most recently even got that some of these awards in February. And I wouldn't be surprised if we have them coming up. They usually do it about twice a year, and the next time is around June, July. But we pretty consistently get these awards. And then 2017, we also debuted Alexa functionality with the voice remote and streaming service to consumer devices. The following year, that's when we started offering 10 gigabits residential internet for the first time. Now, We are symmetrical for those of you engineers, if you understand some of the details around the internet speeds, we do this symmetrical. So it used to be 1 gigabit, that was state of the art. Now we've got 10 gigabits and we keep pushing the envelope to do more and more and more. In 2021, Blackstone invested in us. They saw our growth potential. They saw how exciting our company was and how fast we were growing, and they wanted to help us do that. And with their investment in capital, we're able to grow not just organically, but we have the funding to build the infrastructure in all the markets that we want to grow in. And that is a huge win for us and a huge win for everyone, really, because that provides a lot of opportunity of positions, new positions, open positions for us to continue to expand. And now CableFax honors Hotwire with an inaugural Independent Digital Equity Award. So I can tell you, we keep getting awards again and again for a whole variety of reasons. If you ever have the opportunity to come to our corporate office, there's a hallway that's literally dedicated to awards. They're everywhere. And it's just because it's an exciting place to be. To give you a little bit of sense of where we provide our services to. So if we go counterclockwise around the circle, let's start with residential services. This is one of our most profitable lines. We offer the internet service and things that I was telling you earlier to residential. We also offer it to commercial. In some cases, that could be mixed use properties. You've probably seen a lot of those popping up where it's residential and commercial mixed. We also have hospitality services. So some of the hotels that you frequent or used to, they could very well be Hotwire communities. We also have student housing services. That was our original founding lateral that we use. We call these laterals. And then we also have senior and assisted living centers, and we've been growing those nationally as well, and private public partnerships. So that would be like cities. We have in some cases, like the city of Aventura, the entire city is we call it Hotwired. And we have other cities and towns that have public buildings that are Hotwired as well. So that gives you a little bit of the idea of some of the product areas, or the laterals, I guess I should call them, in terms of what we service. Now you're probably thinking, what is the culture like at Hotwire? We are very much a service culture. This is incredibly important to us from the top down. We're very passionate about what we do. We're passionate about the work that we do, and we're passionate about servicing customers in a very caring way. And this is what we feel is truthfully one of our cutting edge or market differentiators, if you will, is we provide excellent service to our customers. And in doing that, we're also very innovative. We approach things differently. We look at things from the customer's perspective and say, what can we do to make a seamless experience for them? What can we do to make the product better for them so that they have a better user experience? So we're always innovating and focusing on being the best we can be. And I can tell you, all of our leaders are servant leaders. And I've got a couple of them on the call today, and I'll be introducing them shortly. But this is something that I have to tell you is amazing to me. So many companies talk about servant leadership, or they talk about, the door is always open type thing. But at Hotwire, it actually is. It actually is a servant leader organization. We care about our employees. It's very important to us that you feel happy, successful, and have everything you need to grow your career and be as successful as you possibly can. Now, to give you a little bit of a sense as to how far we take this, we actually opened an Empowering Communities Foundation, and we are serving our communities. And there's a couple projects that we did. One is the homepage project. And that was where, we all know COVID happened a few years ago. And during that time, all the education went to people's homes, right? Like literally overnight, nobody could go to school. They all had to learn from home. But unfortunately, not every family has the advantage of internet service at home, and they could not just continue their education just because. And so one of the things that we did is we partnered with Dell and we partnered with Truist, and we made sure that there were some less advantaged or disadvantaged communities that we provided them with computers, and we provided them with the internet service so that these disadvantaged kids could still have their education. And as we know now, they would have been 2 years behind had we not been able to do that. So that was a huge, huge win for the community. And we also did a similar type project in Trent. The project was called Connecting Trenchtown, and this was in Jamaica. And we provided service for quite a few folks that were in impoverished areas, right? So providing them more service. And, you know, as we know, the world is global. Everything is through the internet. And if people don't have internet service, they can't do those searches that you and I take for granted every single day. Now, I want to shift a little bit to our work environment. I know many of you are probably looking at jobs, considering your career, and looking at, what do you want to do? And you're probably wondering, well, is it remote? Is it hybrid? Is it something in the field? Like, do I have to go to the job every day? And at our company, we have a variety of everything. So depending on what type of position you're looking for, we do have fully remote positions. We do have some hybrid positions where you can come into the office sometimes and sometimes not. I know some of us actually enjoy coming to the office and the camaraderie and the collaboration that we can have when we show up. I love going. I also appreciate being able to roll out of bed and, start my day sometimes. So hybrid works great for me. And then there's other positions that are more field oriented. And those are for people who are really passionate about helping the customer, because that's what you're doing. You're customer facing and providing service to them directly. Now, I know in the back of my mind, when I'm looking at a new job, I'm always wanting to know what are some of the perks and the benefits. And I can tell you at Hotwire, it's really important to us that we support your health and well-being. And we do that in 3 different ways. One is physically, which is your medical insurance, your dental insurance, and vision care. We also want to focus on your work-life balance. We all love to work, hopefully. I know I do, but we all enjoy our work and our day jobs, but we also like to have personal time to spend with our families and do hobbies and other things that we enjoy. So we make sure that we're very competitive with our vacation packages and holidays, which, by the way, we offer birthday holidays. I've never worked at a company before that did that. So I think that's huge. I think that's something that most companies don't have that we do, and it's pretty exciting. And here's another thing that's really true to our servant leader mentality and our service to our employees is we provide 2 volunteer days that you can take off of work and volunteer in the community or any place that you feel passionate about, because we want each and every one of our employees to be able to have that opportunity to be of service and not feel like they have to choose between being of service to the community and work. And then the third way is financially. We offer 401k savings plans, which is amazing. There's very, very good matching on that, better than I've seen, quite frankly, at any company I've ever been to. So that's pretty amazing. We also offer discount programs and referral programs, because we find that the best employees know who our next best employees are. So now let's take a look at some of the opportunities. And before I jump in too much to this, I'd like to hear from those of you on the call, like, what kind of positions and opportunities are you looking for if you know? So if you have the chat box, go ahead and chat in the chat box. All right, so I think either people may not know yet, or they're still waiting to see their options. Oh, I see. Okay, now we got one, governance. Very good. Now, is everyone on the call, are you, compliance? Okay, we're getting more popping in now. Excellent. So we have a variety of different types of positions. And I wanted to actually share with you some real positions that we have. So what I have on this slide right here, we have head end engineer, we have a data center site engineer, we have a NOC 1 engineer, but we have more than that too. So I'm going to real briefly hop to our website. Data analytics. All right, this is great. I love it. We're gonna pop up some of these positions for you. So I'm going to share with you this link. This is our opportunities page on our website. And if you scroll about halfway down on the page, you can see our actual opportunities that are open and available. And all we have to do, I searched engineer. Oops. There we go, doubled the wrong letter. We have network engineer, senior network engineer, head engineer, lots of engineering positions available. So I see data analytics. Let's take a look at data analytics. Let's see what's available there. Here we go. We got project data analyst revenue assurance, data center site engineer. So we have quite a few data analyst positions open. So I encourage you, take a look at these, hop on our website, read up on the job descriptions and the duties, and see if there's something that's of interest for you. And hopefully we can find a good match. Some of the skill sets that we're looking for. If you want to come to Hotwire and you want to know, are you a good fit for the Hotwire culture and the Hotwire environment? Some of these are on the soft skill side, is having that entrepreneurial spirit. We're still a privately held company, and although we're growing quickly, we still have that entrepreneurial spirit in how we go about things. We have a strong desire for continuous improvement and innovation strategies. So if you have that quality about you and you're always wanting to find ways to improve and make things better, that's something that we're looking for. We partner with customers to understand their needs and objectives. So if that's something that you do well with and you collaborate well, we have a very collaborative environment. And the ability to form and maintain effective partnerships across the organizational boundaries, that's really important, because every department works together, right? We overlap on our experiences, we overlap on the type of work and how it may impact the customer. And so having that collaborative environment is really, really important. And from a hard skills perspective, knowledge of telecommunications systems and in organizational infrastructure, that's helpful. It's not required, but if you have any telecommunications background, and knowledge around the infrastructure, that is helpful. Also, the ability to multitask and strong attention to detail. I'm sure you've probably heard that in many other organizations as well. There's a lot going on. It's exciting here. And there's so much that we're doing and want to continue to do and grow that, having multitask skills is extremely helpful. And then if you're an innovative strategist looking to push the boundaries of how things are done and develop new solutions, we're always doing that as part of our innovative spirit. Now, I brought a couple of leaders on our call tonight, and they're going to talk to you about actually anything you want to know. They're going to share a little bit more about what it's like to work at Hotwire. They're going to give you an idea as to what some of the engineering positions and different types of positions we have available. So in particular, I want to introduce Nirupa Imam. She's a senior director of launch engineering, and Wayne Thompson, who is the executive vice president of technology here at Hotwire. And what we'd like to do is put us in a couple of breakout rooms so that you can have more personal conversations with them. And so I wanted to check with Shirla. Do we have breakout rooms available today?
Yes, we do. And so we are going to have 2 breakout rooms, which I'm going to be assigning. And bear with me. Let's go ahead and assign.
And while you're doing that, Nirupa, do you want to just share a brief minute about yourself and experience?
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm really excited to be here. Before the call, we were just chatting about how we wish at, graduating, we wish we had these type of opportunities. So my name is Nirupa Imam. I've been working for Hotwire over 9 years now. Variety of things. I started off as an engineer and got into program management, and then now I oversee the launch division. So as Michelle mentioned, you don't necessarily have to, when it comes to the teams that she mentioned, you can start from the bottom. And even, for example, the head end team interacts with the GPON, the media room team interacts with a large spectrum of departments. So with the positions available that Michelle mentioned, you can easily get an idea or feel for what you like and expand from there, which is what I did. I started 2014, actually migrated from Trinidad to United States in 2014, started in February, and then in April, it was my first company in the United States, and it's felt like a family, and I've been there ever since.
Amazing. Thank you. And Wayne, do you want to share a bit about yourself?
Yes, it's so exciting to be here with each and every one of you. I'm looking forward actually to the discussion. So Wayne Thompson, EVP of Technology and our B2B/commercial services. Here at Hotwire, I have been in telecommunications for 28, 29 years. So I have seen the change and the journey in technology over that period of time. And I will tell you, we've seen innovation, and Hotwire is at the cutting edge of innovation. And we look forward to just having conversations with you to see what you're interested in. And as Nirupa and Michelle have mentioned, it doesn't matter where you start. There's lots of opportunities, lots of places to start within the organization, but this is an organization where you will grow, where you will learn, where you will collaborate, where you will get the ability to just continue to grow your skills, and to be a part of an organization where you can share your insight, knowledge, thought, and experience to help the organization continue to grow and advance. And that's the reward in part of this all, is that you're going to work with a group and a team of people who are allowing you to come in and to be a part of that team and to grow and to learn. And we look forward to sharing and being a part of who you are, and you being a part of who we are as you look to join the Hotwire family.
All right.
Fantastic.
Thank you.
We're
Wayne.
ready.
All
And
right.
for the rooms. Yes, Michelle.
And Shirla, how much time are we going to have for the breakout rooms? About 5 minutes or so, or 7
Probably
minutes?
like 5 minutes. Yes. And then we're going to go ahead and open our rooms now. And you will be invited to join the breakout rooms. Feel free to join. And they're all in the breakout rooms.
All right, perfect.
Yes.
And so how many participants did we end up with tonight? They were kind of hopping on as I started, so I wasn't sure what we ended up with. I can only see what a handful on the screen.
We're with 4, Michelle,
Okay.
excluding us. So 4 actual students. 4
Okay.
alumni.
All right, awesome, thank you. Now I can cough and drink my water quick. And do you see my screen, or do I think I have to reshare again, right?
We still have the leader representatives on.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Yeah.
So our breakout rooms are closing.
Tell me when we got everyone back.
Yeah.
All right, Shirley, we got everybody back.
And we have, let's see, we have,
Oh, there we go. Nice.
yes, they're beginning to join. Yes, we are back. We are all back. Welcome, everyone. Michelle.
5 minutes isn't enough.
That's right.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm curious, like, for those of you that were in Narupa's group, what did you learn? What did you experience? What questions do y'all still have?
I think that other lady was Constance. She needed to finish what she was saying.
Yeah, we got disconnected before Constance finished her part.
Yeah, I was just explaining that my field of study is actually cybersecurity. So that's kind of like where my focus is. I don't know where you guys are as far as, well, I know everybody is big on security, but I don't know where you guys are as far as Hotwire and cybersecurity and what processes and what careers do you have available in that field.
Yes, we are doing a lot in cybersecurity right now. And in fact, we just brought in a new head of security that is running that team. And I know that over the next short while, it's going to start expanding and growing. So if you don't see any security positions available on our website right now, definitely keep a lookout, because that team in particular is growing, as well as pretty much every team we have. So just because there's not something there now doesn't mean there won't be tomorrow.
Okay, and another quick question. Do you guys do business to business contracts, or do you have contractors that you bring on, or is it strictly employee based?
It depends on the area that we work in. Mostly we bring in employees. But if there is a specific project that we're working on, then there is a possibility that we could bring on contractors. Like we have some tier 2 contractors right now that we've been working with, and we're working on bringing some of those on board full time as well.
Awesome.
But yeah, we do both.
Thank you.
Yeah. And how about those in Wayne's group? What did you guys experience or learn in that breakout room?
I just learned that just how I guess accommodating that you guys are at the company, and how inviting you are for people just graduating, for graduates, I mean.
Yes, absolutely. It's important to us to grow the community, grow our employees. And that starts with providing entry-level opportunities, So if you don't have 100%, experience already, I know it's always hard, when you're first starting out to find that first job, but we always want to give people a shot and help them grow, and when you have some of the training that you have in your degrees that you've worked so hard to get to, that matters to us. All right, well, let me jump through. I just have a few more slides for us, not too much. And then if there's additional questions, we'll have a little bit of time at the end to take on a few more. So one question you might have is, what is our hiring process? And it's pretty simple, pretty straightforward. Really, you hop on our website and apply to the jobs that you are interested in, and you can apply to multiple positions, and that's totally fine. And we will consider you for each and every one that you apply to. And if what your skill set is and your experiences is a match for the position that we're looking for, we'll schedule interviews, and we do that fairly rapidly. You know, we're pretty quick in our hiring process, and we don't make you wait. If you're a right fit, we're gonna reach out to you pretty quickly. And after you've been through that interview process, then we'll notify you. We'll make sure that we stay in touch with you, always let you know where you're at in the process. And if you have any questions about where you're at in the process, you can always reach out to us, and we're more than happy to help give you status updates. And as I was mentioning earlier, I don't know if everybody heard it, but if you don't see the right opportunity out there for you, we are growing so much so quickly that just because it's not out there today doesn't mean it's not going to be out there tomorrow. We have a whole list, and Heba from my team knows we have a whole list of positions that are going to be opening that we already know about in the next 6 months, and that doesn't include people that, you know, we're bringing in as to continue to fulfill our organization. So some best practices and some tips for you. A lot of times people want to know, should I put in a cover letter? Should I not put in a cover letter? And for us, at least in our organization, we're not too worried about the cover letters. We feel like your resume will speak for itself. If there is anything in particular of note that you want us to be aware of, just put it in the heading of your resume or wherever it may seem to make sense. And if you haven't heard back from us, once you apply, you'll receive notifications of your status. And if after you interview us with us, you'll have the contact information of the recruiter, and you can reach out to the recruiter directly and ask any questions and find out what the status is. So now we have a few minutes to do questions and answers. So does anyone have any lingering, burning questions? And it can be about the company, our culture, our positions, our leaders.
What are the company's expectations for a person who starts there and, 6 months later, they're still, doing their position? What kind of expectations do you have for that?
In terms of what exactly do you mean after 6 months?
You start off, maybe you do some shadowing, some training for the, the new employee, where do you see that person in 6 months? Do you see them being independent, or do you see them, being self-sufficient at that point? I'm just kind of curious as to the expectations the company has on that employee.
Yes, good question. Very good question. And Wayne, do you want to answer that? You look like you had a burning answer.
No, it depends. It depends on the position. Because certain position, if you come in, even after 6 months, you're probably still going to be learning certain aspects of the position. So you'll still have help. Remember, the way how our organization works, it's teamwork, it's collaborative. So you're always going to be interacting and working with a team at almost all stages throughout, because the only way things get done is in this collaborative environment. There's some things that you will need to do on your own. But at the end of the day, you're always going to have help. You're always going to have support. You're working in a team environment, but it always depends on the role that you have. Some roles, you're always, like engineering roles, you're going to be shadowed for a while until you learn our systems, our network, which is vast, where some other roles, you may be much more independent, much quicker. So it depends on the roles.
I'm just curious about one more thing. Where are you guys situated? Is it Fort Lauderdale, the greater Broward County area, or I'm just curious where's the main location for your company?
Corporate headquarters is in Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah, I think I've seen the cars driving around on the street at times, so that's why I'm curious if it's just a local branch, or if it's the main branch somewhere nearby.
Yeah. So in Fort Lauderdale, that's where our corporate headquarters are. So you may see more trucks coming and going from there, right? Our fission trucks. But we are all across the state. We have quite a large community in Southwest Florida, Northern Florida, even Central Florida, and we're growing nationally. So we have areas in North and South Carolina, Texas, Georgia, California, Nevada. we're growing all over the place. So yeah, I'm sure there's some states I missed in there.
Oh, thank you.
Any other questions? All right, it looks like we're good. Well, thank you so much for joining our call this evening. And I don't know if Shirley, if you have some closing remarks on your side, I don't want to cut it off.
Absolutely. Just feel free to outreach to us. I'm going to go ahead and put my email in the chat for any additional questions you may have. I'll be happy to answer some of your questions, and for others, I'll confer with Michelle. And we will have the recording available should you wish to review the material.
I just want to say one more quick note. Continue to check your emails from us, because we're hoping to do more events with Hotwire in the fall, also around recruiting and other employers. So just make sure you read our emails.
How can I get your email, Mr. Thomas, so I can send you my resume?
I think you're referring to me. You can send it directly to me or through Michelle or through anyone at your career services, and they'll send it directly to us. I'm not sure. Did we share our contact information at the beginning, Michelle?
We did not share it at the beginning, so let's go ahead and I'll go ahead and share it in the chat so that you have it. And I'll actually put in here Heba. So I have Heba on the call. She is my manager of talent acquisition and handles the whole team. So she's been making notes and is going to be able to support you as well.
And Renee, I sent you my my email address, so you can feel free to send me your resume as well.
You sent it to me on my email?
On the message, the chat.
Okay.
The chat there.
Okay, I see it now. It just popped in.
Okay.
Seems like it won't let you copy paste. I'll just type.
Oh, okay.
Take a photo. Take a photo, Renee.
I got the screenshot.
Since we're highlighting you, do you want to just say hello, since you're the talent acquisition manager and they'll be reaching out to you?
Yeah, hi everyone. As Michelle mentioned, I'm the talent acquisition manager. I have been with Hotwire for a little over 6 months now. I will say I love it. Best decision I've made in a long time. So definitely love the culture. It's a very family-oriented culture. You have a voice here. You are known here. You're not just an employer, just a number. You're actually, you know, a human. And that's one thing that I appreciate about this culture here at Hotwire. So send me your resumes and come join us. That's what I will say at the end.
Thank you. All right. Well, thank you, everyone. I appreciate your time and look forward to continuing conversations with you all.
Thank you, Michelle. Thank you, Wayne. Thank you, Danielle. Who else?
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you,
Aruba.
guys.
Thank you
Have-
all.
So excited to
evening.
have
Thank
you
you.
all here.
Yes.
Thank you again.